When race cars go airborne, the results are often catastrophic. Today, we're examining 6 gravity-defying wrecks that shocked the motorsport world, ranked by their sheer insanity. From flips that defied physics to launches that reached terrifying heights, these incidents changed safety regulations forever. Stick around because number 1 remains the darkest day in racing history. Number 6 takes us to Daytona International Speedway in 2009. Austin Dillon's number 3 car was racing in the NASCAR Nationwide Series when aerodynamics turned deadly. At restrictor plate tracks, cars run in tight packs at over 190 miles per hour. When one car gets turned sideways, the airflow underneath can transform it into an airplane. Notice how the car rotates counterclockwise before lifting. The flat underside acts like a wing when exposed to 190-mile-per-hour airflow. Modern NASCAR underbody panels now include vents specifically designed to prevent this lift. But in 2009, these safety features didn't exist. The catch fence absorbed most of the impact energy. But debris scattered into the grandstands, injuring some of the audience.
The car flies in the air at the end of a race in Daytona, straight into the fence. Driver Austin Dillon walked away, but 5 spectators have been treated for injuries.
This incident led to NASCAR mandating stronger fence cables and additional protective screening. The fence posts are now designed to flex rather than snap, distributing impact forces more evenly. Dillon walked away, but this crash proved that superspeedway racing needed immediate safety improvements. Number 5. The 1999 Le Mans disaster. Mercedes CLR driver Peter Dumbrek was approaching the Indianapolis corner at over 200 miles per hour when aerodynamic failure launched his car into a complete backflip. This wasn't Mercedes' first airborne incident that weekend, it was their third, and it happened on live television in front of millions. The CLR's aerodynamic design was fundamentally flawed. When the car crested the hill at Indianapolis corner, the front splitter lost downforce while the rear diffuser continued generating massive suction. This created a seesaw effect. The nose lifted, exposing the flat underside to 200-mile-per-hour airflow. At that point, the car became a projectile. The CLR's nose was lower and flatter than its predecessor, allowing for longer overhangs, a design choice that unfortunately contributed to its infamous airborne moments. Modern LMP1 cars now feature complex aerodynamic components, including active aerodynamics, like movable flaps and adjustable wings, that adapt in real time to maintain downforce and minimize drag. Watch how the car completes a full 360-degree rotation before landing upside down. Dumbrek experienced forces exceeding 8 Gs during the flip. Miraculously, he walked away with minor injuries. Mercedes withdrew from Le Mans immediately after this crash. Number 4. Ryan Newman's 2003 Daytona 500 crash.
Kenny Schrader got out of control, got into him. That's what happened, Mike. His right rear tire came off. Car goes airborne, then when it hits the ground, it digs in and just rips it apart. Let me tell you, the way these...
Newman was battling for position on the final lap when contact sent his Dodge airborne at nearly 200 miles per hour. What happened next defied every expectation of how a stock car should behave in the air. The car didn't just flip, it became a tumbling projectile as it proceeded to get shredded as it spun half a dozen times before finally stopping. The initial contact turned Newman's car at a 45-degree angle to the airflow. At this angle and speed, the car's roof and side panels created massive lift. Notice the rotation axis. The car is spinning on multiple planes simultaneously. This isn't a simple barrel roll. It's a chaotic tumble with rotational forces exceeding 10 Gs. Newman's head was being thrown in every direction. This wouldn't be the last time Newman faced a life-threatening airborne crash. He relived the nightmare in the 2020 Daytona 500 when his car flipped on its roof, skidding for hundreds of meters in a shower of sparks and flames. Newman's survival in both instances stands as a testament to the continuous evolution of NASCAR safety. Number 3, the 1999 kart race at Charlotte Motor Speedway. This wasn't just one crash, it was an epidemic. Multiple drivers experienced terrifying airborne incidents during practice and qualifying. The worst involved Gonzalo Rodriguez and Greg Moore in separate incidents. The speeds were too high, the banking too steep, and the cars too prone to becoming airborne. What happened here ultimately killed open-wheel racing at Charlotte for over a decade. Open-wheel Indy cars have exposed wheels and smooth undersides optimized for downforce at road courses. But at Charlotte's high-banked oval, when these cars got sideways at 230 miles per hour, they became kites. The exposed wheels acted as scoops, channeling air under the car. The rear wing, designed to push down, now pushed up as the car rotated. The perfect storm of aerodynamic failure. After multiple crashes during this event, kart canceled the race entirely. It was unprecedented. This led to the development of underfloor panels with mandatory vents, wheel tethers to prevent wheels from becoming projectiles.
While other drivers clearly agree the tethers are needed, many wonder if their safety is going to be compromised in order to protect the fans.
And eventually, the safer barrier system used at every oval today. Number 2, Carl Edwards' 2009 Talladega crash. The final lap of a NASCAR race. Edwards was racing for the win when contact with Brad Keselowski sent his car into the most spectacular airborne crash in NASCAR history. What makes this the most insane? The car didn't just go airborne, it went vertical. Completely vertical, and it happened at the finish line with the entire field racing underneath at 190 miles per hour. The contact turned Edwards' car perpendicular to the track at 190 miles per hour. Within milliseconds, air rushed under the chassis. Look at this angle. The car is 90 degrees vertical. Edwards is hanging in his seatbelt, experiencing forces his body was never designed to handle. When the car hits the catch fence, it's traveling upward at over 100 miles per hour. The cable sliced through the hood and roof like cheese wire. The engine is ripped from the chassis. Body panels explode in every direction. Debris rains onto the track where 40 other cars are racing at full speed. It's absolute chaos. But Carl Edwards climbed out and walked away, not a single broken bone. This is the miracle of modern safety engineering. The hands device, the carbon fiber seat, the roll cage design, all working together. This crash led to even stronger roof structures, improved catch fence designs. It remains the most spectacular airborne crash in NASCAR history. Number 1, the 1955 Le Mans disaster, the darkest day in motorsport history. On June 11, 1955, during the 24 Hours of Le Mans, Pierre Leveg's Mercedes-Benz 300 SLR collided with another car at over 150 miles per hour, launching the Mercedes into the air and straight into the crowd. What followed remains the deadliest accident in racing history, killing 83 spectators and Leveg himself, and injuring more than 180 people. The crash began when Mike Hawthorne's Jaguar braked suddenly to enter the pits. Lance Macklin's Austin Haley swerved to avoid him directly into the path of Leveg's Mercedes. Traveling far too fast to react, Leveg's car rode up on the rear of Macklin's, went airborne, and disintegrated upon impact with the grandstand embankment. The 300 SLR's magnesium bodywork turned the crash into a firestorm. Magnesium burns at over 3,000 degrees Celsius. Burning debris showered the crowd while the car's heavy engine block and suspension components flew like shrapnel through the spectators. Within seconds, the pit area was an inferno. Incredibly, the race was not stopped. Officials feared that halting the event would trigger mass panic among 250,000 spectators and block emergency access roads. Mercedes withdrew its remaining cars hours later and would quit all motorsports for decades. The 1955 Le Mans disaster changed racing forever. It led to the worldwide ban on racing in several countries, mandatory spectator barriers, pit lane walls, and circuit redesigns prioritizing safety. Every single safety innovation, from crash fencing to car fireproofing to trackside medical units, can trace its origins back to this horrific event. It remains the most catastrophic tragedy the sport has ever known. These 6 crashes pushed the boundaries of physics and safety engineering, sometimes at a terrible cost. Each one led to lessons that save lives today. Motorsport has evolved through tragedy. Which crash shocked you the most? Let me know in the comments. And if you want to see more insane motorsport moments, check out the video on screen now. Thanks for watching.